Hello everyone, my name is Chris Gibbons. I'm going to be your instructor for, now the next 6 weeks for our class HCA 425 Practical Skills for the Healthcare Manager. In this video, I want to talk about a few things, kind of this new area that we have here on the landing page, and talk a little bit about how to be successful in this course. So please watch the video all the way through. All right, so let's talk about this new area that we have here. What I like to do is for the first week is just to have that static welcome page that we call it a landing page. So as soon as you log into the course, you click on Canvas and you come in here, this page is always first. You can't get by it. You have to always stop here first before you go into the module. And I like to use this area to post these video blogs. And I'm usually going to do them weekly. There might be 2 videos per week. It depends on what's going on with the course. There also might be a small little text announcement if it doesn't justify a full video. So why watch these videos? Well, it's to your advantage. Every course I usually make tweaks to the course, clarify things, we might adjust things because every class is different. Every group of students is different. The time frame that we're running the course is different. So there's always going to be could be changes to the course, or if not, clarifications on things that we're doing throughout the course or questions that may bubble up in the course. So watch these videos because anything that we do, any changes that we make are going to be to your benefit. So it does make sense to watch these videos before you go through and start your work, quizzes, or whatever else you're going to be doing in the course. So please check for any new information that's going to be posted in this area. Also, you'll find above, somewhere above here, there's going to be my contact information. Now, if you've had me before in a previous class, you know that I give my cell phone number out to every student. I've given it out to thousands of students over the past 15 years. Same cell phone number. And it's a great way for texting. So if you have a quick question that you want, you're going to get your quickest response on, feel free to use that, especially for short form questions. Now, longer form questions, or if you don't feel comfortable about texting, we have old-fashioned email, but there's going to be a delay on response on those emails. So you're really looking at, up to, half a day or so on emails versus maybe minutes with text messages. So you got a couple of ways to get a hold of me, pretty easy and quick. So we got my contact information up there. Now, if you were looking for that old information on the page, like syllabus and other course information, that's still here. You just got to scroll down. As we add more videos on the top here, that'll keep pushing down on the page, but that will still always be there. So you can just scroll down and find that information if you don't have it. All right, so that pretty much explains what we're doing here. We've got these weekly update videos, watch them, all that stuff. Okay, so that makes sense. Now let's talk a little bit about how to be successful in this course. Okay, I'm going to give you the formula for success. Let's first start by looking at the syllabus. Hopefully you have kind of perused the syllabus a little bit. I recommend that with every class that you do, that you take the syllabus, print it out, peruse it, look at it, you get a flow of what's going to be due, major projects, and all of that. So with this class, we have the syllabus, and I've kind of already scrolled down to this section, but you want to look, let's take a look at this particular area, because this is sort of the meat and potatoes. How you're going to get your successful grade in the course is all pretty much right here. Now let me talk about these assignments. So we've got these weekly discussion and progress journals and chapter mini quizzes. Now you've already had your first week done, so you've seen those discussions, and then we're going to have a progress journal. We have 2 of them, and we'll alternate. So on a week that you have a progress journal, we will not have a weekly discussion. But you have 7 of those, and they're worth 15 points, 100 points total. Those are easy points to get. Now, for the weekly discussions, all you got to do is put in good faith effort in there. Have a good, meaningful first post, and then, here's the key, make sure that you respond back to 2 fellow classmates in a meaningful manner, not just, hey, great post. You need to actually take some time, think about what they've said, and contribute to that conversation in a meaningful way. Almost always where students get points off on the weekly discussions is they're either missing those follow-up, those 2 posts to their fellow students, or they've been very brief and they're just kind of like, great post, and that's all they put there. So make sure that you are kind of fulfilling all of those components. Meaningful first post, and then 2 meaningful responses to your to any of the 2 students, any 2 students in the class. And you'll get all the points. Very easy. Might take you maybe a total, maybe an hour, and that's being generous, to knock all of that out. And the progress journals are super easy as well. You're just talking to me. I'm going to usually give you a couple of prompts, usually about 3 to 4 prompts that I would like you to address in the progress journal. And here's the secret, the grading secret. I'm looking for those. Did you address those prompts? Did you, if I ask about 3 to 4 questions, did you address those questions? Now, some of the questions may be, what is your experience with, hiring and firing? And you might not have any, and that's perfectly fine. You could say, oh, unfortunately, I don't have any experience in this area. That's fine. But if at least you have addressed the prompt. And again, I'm not going to fault you if you don't have a discussion around that prompt. So make sure, if I ask 3 to 4 questions, make sure you're answering those questions, and you'll be golden, and you'll get all the points for the progress journals. Also, if you like, those progress journals are for you to talk about anything. So after addressing the prompts that I have, you can feel free to write anything else that you want in there that you think would be beneficial for me to help you through the course. So that's how we're going to use these progress journals. It's kind of a way of me making sure I'm taking the temperature for you as the student going through the class and kind of getting feedback. I might have some feedback, what can I do to improve in those progress journals as well. Okay, easy points. The weekly discussions and progress journals are what I call, easy points. Not necessarily, it takes time to do, but you could, easily get all 100 points with not really any, studying. It's just kind of more of critical thinking and responding back to those. The mini chapter quizzes. Now, all of you have been through for week 1. You've already been through the mini chapter quizzes. Again, that should be easy points. Some of you didn't take advantage of all 3 opportunities, which, maybe, I don't know, didn't quite read the directions, but you can take each of these quizzes 3 times, and they're pretty easy quizzes. I'm just making sure, did you read the chapter? Did you find some basic information in there? Did you, kind of cover that chapter? 5 questions from that chapter, and that's it. And you got 3 attempts to do that. So maybe you take the first one, you miss a few. By the time you take the second or the third one, you should be getting all full points for that, and I only record the highest grade. So easy points. So you should be able to get the 100 points for the weekly discussion and the 700 points for the chapter mini quizzes. That's pretty doable. That's 800 points out of the 1,000 for this class. And I made it that way that part to be very doable, that base of 800 points. Where the real, differentiation is going to come between, maybe getting a B or an A or a C is all going to come through the major project that we have due at the end. And it's this VoiceThread presentation that you're going to do. If you've never done VoiceThread, don't worry. We have help guides in there. But what I would recommend is that you go to those modules. You can look ahead in the course. I've unlocked all of the modules, so feel free to play around, look around. You could even work ahead if you like. But I would definitely look at, when those, you can look on the syllabus and see when these are due. We've got the course summary outline, and then we'll have the actual presentation. But take a look at it and see what's going to be required of you to do that, so you can be familiar now and not struggle or be stressed. It shouldn't be a struggle, but there's work to do for this. And I want to make it as easy as possible for you to be successful in these presentations, because ultimately the 2 assignments build on each other, the summary outline and the presentation itself. But that's 200 points. So that's going to be the difference between, really getting an okay grade and getting a think we all want to get an A in the course. So there's that. Take a look at those. Make yourself familiar with those major assignments. Okay, so other than that, that's pretty much it. What I'd want to cover for for this week, trying to just as you kind of get warmed up to the course. Again, it should be very doable. I've tried to streamline the course to make it just what do we need to do to meet the learning objectives. If you notice, each week, each module has the breakdown of what is due for that week. I have that little checklist icon, and you can see all the deliverables that you have. Use that, and there'll be no doubt of what you have to complete this week. But on the other hand, I would also look ahead, especially for those major projects that we have for the VoiceThread presentation. Look ahead to that and kind of get geared up for when that's going to happen towards the end of the course. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to text me with my number somewhere up there, and I'd be happy to answer any of those questions. But so far, it's been a pretty quiet week, and you guys did a really good job last week. Again, some of you didn't take advantage of the full 3 attempts on the quizzes, so if you missed that, definitely take advantage of those 3 attempts. That's what it's there for. Okay, everybody have a fantastic week, and I'll check in with you next week. Thanks.